everyone! In today's video, I'm going to be talking about William Benoit's image repair theory, and then I'm going to be applying it and explaining it in a little bit more depth with Logan Paul's apology video for when he filmed a dead body in Japan's suicide forest and posted it on YouTube. So, Benoit's image repair theory outlines specific strategies that can be used when an individual or a brand is under public scrutiny. So, two criteria need to be met before these strategies can be implemented. So the first is that the accused is held responsible for an action, and then the second is that that act is considered to be offensive. So he outlines 5 strategies that brands or an individual can use if this happens to them. So the first is denial, the second is evading responsibility, 3 is reducing offensiveness, 4 is corrective action, and 5 is mortification. And there are a lot of subcategories within some of those strategies. So the first strategy is denial. So there's 2 subcategories to that. So there's simple denial, which is the person denying that the act occurred, or that they performed the act, or that it was harmful to anyone. So that would be saying, it wasn't me, I'm innocent, I didn't do it. And then there's shifting the blame, which is arguing that another person or organization is actually responsible for the offensive act. So that would be, for example, saying, it wasn't me, this person did it. Then the second strategy is evade responsibility. So there are 4 subcategories to that. So provocation is offensive act responded to actions from another. So that's saying, I only did it because of this thing. Defeasibility is that the offensive act occurred from lack of information or ability. So that would be saying, I didn't know, or I had no control over this thing. Accident is what it sounds like. The act happened by accident or because of a mishap. Good intention is, again, what it sounds like, that the offensive act originated from good intentions or that they meant well. Then we have reducing offensiveness. So there are a bunch of subcategories within this one. The first is bolstering, which is the accused stressing good qualities about themselves. So saying that they've never done this before, or I've done these good things for society. Minimization is what it sounds like, that the accused is saying that the act wasn't serious, they're trying to minimize what happened. Differentiation is when they downplay the severity or the offensiveness of the act by comparing it to acts by others that were worse or more offensive. Transcendence is when they attempt to place the act in a more favorable context. Attacking the accuser is what it sounds like, which is when they attack the credibility of the person that accused them of whatever they're apologizing for. And then compensation is basically saying if what they did is acceptable to the victim, so whoever was hurt by it, then their image should be improved. Corrective action is plans to solve the problem. So that's either planning to solve the problem or to prevent it from occurring in the future. So that would be saying things like, this won't happen again. They could bring up donations, foundations, or causes that they've supported, things like that. And then mortification is the last one, and that's admitting fault and apologizing, one or the other. So common phrases with that would be like, I'm sorry, I regret doing this thing, I made a mistake, things like that. And it's important to note that all of these strategies are not isolated. So a lot of times 2, 3, 4, even all 5 of them, which it's kind of interesting how that would work to have mortification and denial, but I'm sure people can pull it off. But they're often used in tandem with each other, so it's not just one strategy being used. They all work together to try to repair the image of this brand or person. So in Logan Paul's video, which is titled So Sorry, it's 1 minute and 44 seconds long, and he actually uses 4 different tactics or strategies of image repair theory. He uses everything but denial. So he starts off the video, and I'm not going to say every single line in here, because this video would be very long, but he says, I made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, which is mortification, and he uses mortification a lot of different times. I'll just mention a few. He also uses evade responsibility when he says none of us knew how to react or how to feel, so he's saying, oh, well, we didn't know what to do, so this is what we ended up doing, posting the video. He uses more mortification. He actually uses reducing offensiveness when he says that the goal with this content is to entertain, to push the boundaries, to be all-inclusive, and that he shares almost everything that he does, and that his intent is never to be heartless, cruel, or malicious. So he's saying, that wasn't my intention, sorry. And he said, like I said, I made a huge mistake. mortification. At the end, he says, I promise to be better, I will be better, so that is corrective action. It doesn't give specifics on what he's going to do to be better, but he says he will be, so technically that's corrective action. So I hope that this video helped you understand a little bit more about image repair theory and how to apply it, say, to a YouTube apology video. But if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and thank you for watching.